recording. Look at that. We're good. We're good.
None of them are in color. They're all black and white. Correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, someone asked that. I saw that in the chat.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, there are several of them that have some color matting around the pieces themselves, but all of them are indeed black and white.
That one's terrifying. I'm not gonna lie.
The little, I don't know what that is. What's the title of it?
It is Box at the Metropolitan Opera House.
There you go.
By Reginald Marsh.
Okay. And maybe go pick one more piece somewhere else in the gallery.
Yeah.
You find a Christmassy one? You find a Christmassy one?
Christmassy one. Yeah.
There we go. Hopefully you don't get motion sick. All good.
It's a Christmas-esque one.
There we go.
Oh.
And what's the title of that one?
It is Christmas Eve by Wanda Gag.
Yeah.
Wow. A Christmas tree being taken out through a window.
Yeah.
See a door.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's the way to go.
All right. And then just do one more pan in the gallery real quick. The white shot. There we go. Okay. So now we see a few close-ups of the pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just
yourself.
I'm gonna try.
Please. Okay. I'm going to spotlight back myself. Hello. Okay. Now that we've gone through a few of the pieces individually, not all of them, obviously, there are 59 of them in total. That would, take way too long and would not be as effective as you coming into the space and actually viewing the pieces would be. So now we're going to switch to talking to our interim permanent art collection curator, Allie, and she's going to talk a little bit about our permanent art collection and a little bit about the holiday card collection as well, but mostly about the permanent art collection as a whole. Let's see if I can pin you now. Oh, look at that. There you are.
Am I pinned?
You are pinned. And I took my headphones out of my ear, and it's all good.
Okay. Hi, I'm Allie Midgley. I am the permanent art collection assistant. I'm first going to start out by giving you all a little bit of information about my job and the permanent art collection itself. So I work in the special collections department in the library, which contains not only the permanent art collection, but also rare books and manuscripts and the university archives. The main part of my job is to maintain and serve the collection, basically, as well as making it accessible to the university and community public. I work mostly doing collections management, such as data entry, inventory, and cataloging, but I also work with classes and researchers, as well as installing and maintaining art across campus. The permanent art collection, or PAC for short, is made up of a little over 4,000 pieces. The oldest pieces in our collection is by the German artist Albrecht Dürer. One of the pieces is a wood engraving and the other two are woodcuts. And the pieces date back to the late 1400s, early 1500s, which is pretty interesting, pretty old. The collection is made up of a large amount of student and alumni work and faculty and staff work, as well as local artists, outdoor public sculptures, WPA works, and more well-known artists such as Andy Warhol, Robert Indiana, and Salvador Dali. The artist whose works we have the most works from in the collection would be Lewis Williams, who was a painting professor here at ISU, and Fanny Bloomberg, who lived and worked in the Terre Haute community. We have just a little bit over 300 of each of their pieces, so 600 pieces from the two of them total, which is pretty crazy, but both very unique and competent artists, so that's a wonderful addition to our collection. Though there are many pieces in storage, there are a large number of works that are on loan in hallways, common areas, and office spaces in buildings across campus. I'm sure if you've been in any of the buildings, you have seen something that belongs to PAC. You can also request to view any piece from the collection in the Special Collections Department on the 3rd floor of the library. Anything from PAC, rare books, or the archives can be viewed in the reading room by request with about a 48-hour notice. Now I'm going to move in and give you all a little bit of information about the WPA collection that PAC houses, as well as some information about the cards themselves. So the university was lucky enough to be allocated a little over 200 works from the Works Progress Administration, or the WPA, to be on permanent loan to the university in 1943. The WPA was a subcategory of the Federal New Deal, which was instated by President Roosevelt as a response to the Great Depression. It employed a large number of artists, musicians, writers, and more. They also employed a lot of people who can construct things such as airports, government buildings, schools, roads, and even more than that. The WPA and the New Deal put people to work all over the country, including Terre Haute and the Wabash Valley. So you can even still see the effects of it today here in Vigo County. The WPA began in 1935 and ended in 1943 when war efforts brought more jobs into the United States, and the American communities didn't see as much of a need for it. The university was loaned a range of objects through the WPA. So the collection has a large number of prints, including lithographs, woodcuts and engravings, and intaglio prints. We have paintings, including both oil and watercolor, drawings, including both charcoal and graphite, ceramics, and some posters. Many of the works, as you could see through what we kind of look through the iPad, was depict subjects such as everyday life, landscapes, portraits, and really anything that an artist thought would sell well. You know, the more you sell, the more you get paid, that kind of thing. The posters that we have in the collection are mostly serigraph, woodcut, and lithographic printed posters that were all custom designed by WPA artists to encourage people to visit towns and attractions such as zoos and aquarium. The real goal was just to get the American people to spend their money again. Though these cards, these holiday cards, weren't a part of the original loan, they did demonstrate one of the many outcomes of the WPA's efforts to stimulate and stabilize the economy and employ artists. So sets of holiday cards were created from offset lithographic reproductions of artwork supplied by WPA artists. So I saw someone asked if, I want to get your wording right, if they were proofs. They would have been originally produced and then reproduced in a smaller size in the card form. So the cards are like a traditional card that you can open and close. And in the insides, they had like holiday greetings, such as like greetings and best wishes for Christmas and the New Year's. Some of them just simply say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. So the original pieces were potentially were much larger. I'm not exactly sure on every single one of them what their original size was, but they would have been kind of shrunken down into a lithograph and then produced into these holiday cards. So the backs all have copyright information on them, mentioning the year it was published, which was 1935, and the American Artists Group in New York, along with a card number and the artist's initials. When the cards were found in the collection storage, they were quickly framed for preservation and presentation purposes that allowed for them to be shown in capacities such as this one. I'm super excited that these pieces get to be shown again, and I hope that many of you get the chance to see them in person, whether it be in the gallery or the Special Collections Department. If you don't have a chance to see them before the show goes down. Again, everything in the collection can be seen in the reading room in the library. Sam and the gallery team have really done a truly wonderful job of bringing them into this space, and I'm super excited to see them there. So,
Well, thank you for letting us show them, you know. Yeah, it's been I mean, they are all really nice to look at. They're so small with like such like tiny little intricate details. And they're all very interesting with like their own little scenes and things. They all have their own like weird little quirky things that are happening inside of them, which is also very fascinating to go look through. But yeah, as a whole, they're all so different, but yet there's some that you can kind of start to see like patterns through some of them, but there's a lot of them that have very different styles.
Yeah.
They're all very interesting.
Yeah, and to address kind of the reason why they're probably not in color too, it would be because all of these were originally prints. So whether that be a woodcut or a lithograph or an intaglio print, which a lot of times would have been a black and white medium. You can do it in color, and it is a common practice to do it in color, but odds are with the WPA artists, they would have done it in black and white. A large number, the majority of our prints, even our original prints, are black and white prints. So it's just a nature of the medium.
Yeah. Okay. And now, if we have any other questions, feel free to ask about the holiday card collection as a whole, or as the permanent art collection. If there's any questions about those at all. I know we have a whole lot of people in the Zoom call right now, but you can, if you would like, you can unmute your microphones if you wish. What does that mean? I can lower your hand? What is that?
Yep. I'm raising my hand to ask a question.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
What is your question?
Are these all of the holiday cards in the collection, or are these a sampling? I'm sorry, you might have said that earlier and I missed it, but I think it's all of them, right?
It is not all of them. There are, I believe, 62 or 63. The gallery currently has 59. There are just like 3 or 4 that are on loan in some building that I kind of just decided it was more.
Oh, I'm frozen. Is it still going? I'm frozen. That's not good. No, hold on. Let's see. Can I be unfrozen now, please? Hold on.
Sam is frozen. She's very sorry about that. Entirely sure if there are Indiana artists represented. There are a really large number of artists, like probably at least 40 different artists. So I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I could look it up and email you though, if you'd like.
That's okay, I was just curious.
Okay. So sorry if I cut out for a second. The whole computer just decided to just go black on me. So that's totally fine. Okay. Do we have any other questions? Maybe? No? That's okay too.
Where can I find a list of works in the...
You're muted, you know that?
collection?
Okay.
Let me pull up the website really quickly, and I will pop it in the chat really quick.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I don't believe every single piece is in the website yet, but a good number are. So that's it. I just shared it.
Thank you. Okay. What is the weirdest thing that you have seen in the collection? I know, I realize that's kind of subjective, but it's, I like to know these things.
One of my favorite pieces that I think is a little bit quirky and interesting is we have a series of Frank Samuel Eastman nude figure drawings, and they're all on like a tinted paper. I think it's a gray paper, and they're like charcoal drawings with white and black charcoal. And they're all just like traditional figure drawings, except for this one has just like a floating horse head behind the man's shoulder, which
That's what I like to hear.
it's probably not the weirdest thing we have, but like just off the top of my head is one of the more like quirky, funny kind of things that.
Yeah, there's definitely some very interesting stuff in that collection.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge collection, so, you
Yeah.
know, everyone hopefully gets a chance to see some of it, whether it be through buildings or in the reading room or through the galleries, so.
Yeah. Did you already talk about how does ISU obtain work into the permanent art collection? I couldn't tell if that was a question or not.
I can. We obtain work through the collections largely through donations. So we get a lot of things donated to us. We do a lot of purchasing of student artwork. A large number of our pieces are student and faculty and staff artworks. And occasionally we do purchase outside of student work. It's not as common, but I'd say largely donations and then like student work purchases is mostly how we are obtaining art.
All right. If there are any other questions, speak now or forever hold your peace for the evening. All right. We are going to go ahead and close out the evening. And Allie, if you could, different Allie, I realize you're both Allie. Allie that is in the gallery, if you could just do a very quick wide shot of the whole entire space. All right. This holiday card collection is going to be on display until the end of the week. So you have until then to come in and view it. Remember that the gallery hours are from 11 to 4 p.m. except for on Thursdays we are open till 7 p.m. And so yeah, come by and say hello. It's been a bit of a slow start this semester, but you know, since everybody's still kind of off in social distancing, it's always a little difficult to get people in the space. But hopefully, you know, as we get moving through the semester, we can get, you know, a few more faces in here. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. We'll see how well that goes again. And I have a few more extra dates for all of our upcoming events. Let's see if I can do it again. Yes, show that one. Great. Can they see that?
We can see the whole window.
Oh, fantastic. How about now?
Perfect.
Perfect, great. Okay, so some of our upcoming dates, we will be having a reception for our alumni exhibition. That is also work that is from the Permanent Art Collection. It is currently on display in the Terman Art Gallery, which is over in the Fine Arts Building. We will be having a closing reception with a couple alumni speaking at that one during the reception. That'll be on February 25th, same time, 5 to 6 p.m. We are in the progress of working on our juried student exhibition. So if any students are in the chat, you've got next week to come bring your works by the gallery. More information on that elsewhere. And then we also will be having an artist talk by our juror on the 2nd, 5 to 6 p.m. And then the important date that everybody always asks about, the reception and awards ceremony for the juried student show, is also on March 4th. And that one will be 4 to 6 p.m. because that's the long one. All right. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight, all 15 of you. Thank you very much for being here. And I'll go ahead and leave this on the screen for a few more minutes. But other than that, have a good night. Feel free to come by and visit the gallery. But other than that, you can leave as you please, and I will eventually shut this down, so it's not just awkwardly me sitting there. But yeah, good night, all.
Everyone feel free to reach out to me if you guys want to see any.
Oh yeah!
It's okay.
Yeah, feel free to talk to Allie about the permanent art collection.
Thanks, Sam, for everything.
You're welcome. It's been great. It's all good. Okay. Can I? Oh my God.